My whole life, I've played tennis. I started when I was just 6 years old. It's one of my favorite hobbies even to this day. Throughout elementary school and middle school, I practiced at the Ranch Country Club every week and I occasionally played in a few competitive tournaments on the weekends. By the time I entered high school, as a nervous freshman, I immediately tried out for the tennis team. I found my home away from home. I was surrounded by a sweet group of girls who just wanted to have fun. The day of challenge matches came at the beginning of the season. This happens every year. Challenge matches meant that you challenge other girls on the team to a tennis match, and if you won, you moved up a spot in the team ranking. My coach decided that he wanted me to challenge for the number one singles spot. So I was a bit nervous at first, but I was up to the challenge. I started the match for the first singles spot against a sophomore at the time who had been number one singles the past year. I had some competition. I really went into the match with absolutely nothing to lose because I could care less if I were to get first singles or second singles or any other position that I could play in. I just wanted to play tennis. I ended the match with more than I had hoped. I had won the position of first singles. What? As a freshman? I was ecstatic, to say the least. I went through the rest of the season with nothing to lose, and at the end of the season, when it came to regionals, which is the tournament that decides which girls go to state, I got absolutely annihilated. So I really didn't end the season on an upbeat note, but that was just my freshman year. I was still learning the ropes. My following sophomore and junior year, I was number one singles again. Again. What? Oh my gosh. What an achievement I felt. I ended my sophomore year tennis season just like I did my freshman season. I wasn't totally upset, but I still thought it was a bummer. I knew I was competing with some tough girls. My junior year, I advanced much further in regionals. I got to the match that decided if I would go to state. This was a big deal and something that doesn't occur often. I was pumped. However, that feeling deflated when I lost the tennis match in a short 45 minutes. I was absolutely devastated, and I was not going to state. I don't ever cry in sports, but after that match I did, because I wanted it so bad. Moving on from my junior year, I went into my senior year feeling hopeful. I was practicing twice as much in hopes to advance to state. This was my year, I thought. This is my dream, going to state. Not only did I practice lots, but I also watched the pros tennis on TV, and I visualized my own self going to state when I laid in bed at night. I wanted so badly to go to state, I could totally taste it. I would close my eyes and envision myself serving, doing forehands, backhands, crushing a volley or an overhead at the net. I had to win. When my senior year tennis season started, I again was number one singles. Yes! I wasn't expecting it, but I was definitely more than pleased when I received the same position again. I was ready for an awesome season. My season was looking to be my best yet when I ended the season with a record of 7 wins and 2 losses, something that doesn't happen very often. I was proud of that and ready to take that momentum into regionals. My first match of regionals came and gone in a blink of an eye. I won? Oh my gosh, yes! Things are feeling great. My second match came and I won that one too. And very quickly, I might add. Another unexpected victory. I couldn't complain about that. My third match was tougher, although I ended up splitting sets with a girl I knew I could definitely beat. I was frustrated with myself because not only was I making silly errors, but I was beating my own self. I was making silly mistakes I only make when I'm nervous. We went straight into our third set because in tennis you have to win the best 2 out of 3 sets to win the whole match. That third set, I shook off my nerves and dug deep. I wanted this match, and I knew it deep down. And my aggressive thinking ended up winning me my third match, and I advanced to the finals match that could advance me to state. I was absolutely thrilled, to say the least. This has to be it. My sign, I thought. I'm going to win this next match. I have to. The finals match took place the following day. I felt great. I slept well, I visualized, but once the match started, I lost my grip and lost the match in a mere 45 minutes. I was heartbroken. There was still a chance I could go to state, but the odds were much slimmer. Regionals is called a playback tournament, which means that the girl I played in my third match, the one I split sets with, that was the match that got me into the finals. So if she won the match after she lost to me, then I would go to state. But if she lost the match, I would have to play her opponent and we'd battle it out for the second and last spot that advanced to state. It's a very confusing tournament, but it definitely gives you more opportunity to go to state. So I was thankful that I got a second chance. My fate relied on that match. I was basically rooting for the girl that I had just beaten to get into the finals. The feelings I felt were so overwhelming. I couldn't even watch the match. I had to go on a walk and breathe. I didn't think I had it in me to play another match. My spirits were crushed. I sat under a nearby tree, awaiting anxiously to see who won the match. From the distance, I saw my coach running towards me, something he doesn't do. I was nervous. I stood up under the tree to hear the news, thinking I'd have to play another match. He instantly put out his hand for me to shake. I grabbed his hand and he said, "Congrats, Abby, you're going to state." I crumbled to the ground on the grassy twigs and I let out a good, healthy cry. This means that the girl that I had just beaten to advance to finals won her match, so I was going to state. Nothing but tears of joy ran from my face. All my hard work had paid off, and my senior year, I was going to state. I could not believe it. I felt like I was in a movie. It happened in the nick of time. I went into state 2 weeks later and lost pretty badly the first round, I'm not gonna lie. But I didn't give a care in the world. I was all smiles. I still felt unstoppable because I was one of the top 16 girls in the state of Colorado to be competing in high school tennis. I had accomplished my goal, the one I've worked so hard for what seems like my whole life. And now I could graduate with a little dose of confidence under my belt. I proved to myself that tennis season that anything is possible if you set your mind to it.